Behind every war and every presidency lies a web of untold stories. Today, we're diving into 10 astonishing facts about presidents and wars that shaped the world. Stick around. Fact number 7 is a historical twist you won't believe. George Washington wasn't just a battlefield genius. He was a survivor. Before becoming the leader of the Continental Army, Washington contracted smallpox as a young man during a trip to Barbados. This immunity may have saved his life during the Revolutionary War, when smallpox ravaged troops. Add to that surviving near-fatal battles in the French and Indian War, and you've got a man forged by resilience. Abraham Lincoln revolutionized warfare communication by embracing the telegraph. He often visited the telegraph office near the White House to send direct orders to his generals, essentially becoming one of the first presidents to oversee a war in real time. This technology helped the Union stay a step ahead in the Civil War, proving the power of innovation in conflict. During World War II, Winston Churchill secretly prepared for a worst-case scenario, a German invasion of Britain. He authorized the creation of the auxiliary units, a clandestine resistance force. These fighters were trained to sabotage German operations, armed with explosives and secret underground bases. Their existence was so secret that even their families didn't know about their mission. Franklin D. Roosevelt's Fireside Chats weren't just speeches, they were lifelines. During World War II, these radio addresses calmed a nervous nation, explaining complex policies like Lend-Lease and wartime sacrifices in relatable terms. These chats turned a leader into a comforting voice during one of the most turbulent times in American history. In October 1962, the world held its breath as the US and the Soviet Union teetered on the brink of nuclear war. John F. Kennedy's careful negotiation during the Cuban Missile Crisis prevented catastrophe. By secretly agreeing to remove US missiles from Turkey in exchange for the Soviets pulling out of Cuba, JFK demonstrated the power of diplomacy in averting global disaster. The Mexican-American War was deeply controversial from the start. Many saw it as an unnecessary conflict, driven by territorial greed. Ulysses S. Grant, who later became president, served in this war, but later condemned it in his memoirs, calling it one of the most unjust wars ever waged. His perspective gives insight into the moral dilemmas leaders face in wartime. Dwight D. Eisenhower's interstate highway system transformed America. But it wasn't just about convenience. Eisenhower had witnessed the efficiency of Germany's autobahns during World War II and wanted similar infrastructure in the US. Not just for economic growth, this network was designed for national defense, ensuring troops and supplies could move quickly in case of an attack. Theodore Roosevelt wasn't just a warrior, he was a peacemaker. In 1905, he mediated the Treaty of Portsmouth, ending the Russo-Japanese War. His efforts earned him the Nobel Peace Prize, the first for an American president, proving that sometimes diplomacy is mightier than the sword. Harry Truman faced a massive learning curve upon becoming president in 1945. He was unaware of the Manhattan Project, the secret effort to build the atomic bomb, until after Franklin D. Roosevelt's death. This revelation thrust him into one of history's most consequential decisions, The use of nuclear weapons on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Ronald Reagan's bold stance against the Soviet Union was encapsulated in his 1987 speech at the Berlin Wall. His call to tear down this wall became a symbol of hope and freedom. Within 2 years, the wall fell, marking the Cold War's end and a new era for global politics. History's greatest leaders left us lessons in resilience, strategy, and diplomacy. Which fact surprised you most? Let us know in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more untold stories on lost timelines.